Welcome back to the show. We're talking with Emerald Mitchell, who is the executive director of a program called Moves and Grooves, Inc. It is a not-for-profit program that works with the school system and works with young people to help them learn in a different way. And before we took a break, you were talking about that students just have so many ways of learning. It's not just read the book, memorize, and do for many students. They have to be able to touch it. They have to be able to feel it. They have to be able to hear it, see it. And you provide that avenue for them through Moves and Grooves. How important is it that you teach children the way that they learn best?
It's extremely important. I am an advocate for Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. I mean, kids learn in a variety of ways, and if we are constantly teaching in a style outside of their language, that's when we see their learning diminish. However, we can see their level of expertise, and we can see the success in their faces when they are teaching and learning in the way in which they learn best. So,
in those 4 schools where you operate, you have about how many students now participating?
We constantly have a waiting list, I must say. We do. I mean, there is never a shortage of young people who want to learn through the arts, but we typically have about 30 students at each of our sites. There is a ratio of 1 adult to every 15 students, so we've got some highly qualified staff that work with our young people as well.
So when you talk about growth, and you're an educator, right?
I am.
How do you grow the program from school to school, and what are the needs to help you do that? Because I would think it's not just the educators, the people to teach, but you know, then you've got to have those resources available to grow and expand.
Absolutely. Growth is always a great thing, but it comes with its challenges. Number one, finances. We've got to be able to train these teachers on proper art integration, background screenings, and it can be hefty when it comes to our budget. But we do provide professional development. We also partner with other agencies such as the YMCA, and so our students go through, or actually our youth workers go through that training regimen so that they can keep that integrity and the culture of the Moves and Grooves experience no matter where they are.
And I know you have some events coming up to kind of help continue to kind of get that brand out there, let the community know what's going on. Talk a little bit about some of the activities.
Well, there's one exciting event that we host every first Thursday. It's called the Sip and See Dance Hour. It's a really, really exciting time for the community to come in and really take a sneak peek into what we do and to revolutionize after school programming. Once again, it's held every first Thursday of the month, and this past December we had a special guest, Councilwoman Jacobia Dowell from District 32. She not only sipped, but she also danced with our young people, and she's got some moves. So the Sip and See is a time to network, a time to really engage in our after-school programming and have fun at the same time. So that's held every first Thursday, and in the month of March, March the 8th, we will be celebrating our Art Splash, which is our annual gala. And it's going to be held at Belcourt Theater this year. So
it's in 2018.
2018. March 8th, 2018.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yes.
And how important are those events? I mean, are you looking for people to sponsor the program? I noticed you said you have one key sponsor, and of course you've got the Department of Education for the state of Tennessee that has a grant that helps you run the program. But are you looking for other donors?
Absolutely. In nonprofit, grants are not always promised, and we never want to rely heavily on our grants to sustain our program. So we need those corporate sponsors. We need those individuals who can give on a reoccurring basis to sustain our program. Things such as ballet clothing that these students can't afford, ballet shoes, they need that. And our individual and corporate sponsors can really help cut the cost there and really provide what our students need and desire.
You also said that you offer, once they start, when the students come from their regular school day into Moves and Grooves, you're serving a hot meal. Talk about the importance of that hot meal that time of day.
Absolutely. A lot of our students come from low-income, economically disadvantaged families, and sometimes the meals at school is the only thing that they get. And so our connection and partnership with Metro Schools does provide a hot meal for them Monday through Friday directly after school. Of course, Tennessee is rated 6th in childhood obesity, so making sure these meals are nutritious in nature is also important to us. It gives them that extra boost.
Excellent. Now,
Yes.
I wonder what you hear parents say. Those students lucky enough to not be on the waiting list and actually moving and grooving with you in those programs. What do
Yes.
parents say about that exposure and the experience that their young people are facing inside that program?
Yes. Our parents are exhilarated by the experience, by the growth that they see their child have. A lot of kids coming into our program are shy. They feel disconnected, and Moves and Grooves makes it our priority to create a welcoming environment. So these kids leave our program excited. They're more confident. Not only do they build their knowledge base, but they also have a new group of friends to connect with. And so our parents are great supporters of our program, and they love the growth that they see in their child at home and in school.
Is this something that could also work at the high school level? It seems to really make sense at elementary and middle school, because not only are you providing this learning and this artistic opportunity for students, but you're really providing after-school care.
Yes.
And when you've got those young ones, you need to have that program and that kind of opportunity in place. But what about high schoolers? They may not necessarily need the after-school care,
Yes.
but could this also sort of help them in some way, do you think?
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you mentioned that. Moves and Grooves actually had an opportunity to partner with Mayor Berry's initiative, Opportunity Now, this summer, which was geared toward 14 and 15-year-olds being employed. And so we connected with that program where we work with high school students to get college and career readiness experience. And so they come in, their school day ends around 1 o'clock, which is perfect for us, and there's teachers assistants and dance instructors for our after school program. So they learn resume writing, they learn interviewing skills, but they also get that hands-on experience of mentoring and really giving back to that next generation of young people. So
excellent.
High school experience is awesome.
Taking it higher then, getting them, and that's so key these days. You know, our young people can't really get to college without a well-rounded resume. I always like to say it's not just about the grades, it's about how you give back to community, and I'm sure this is one way that they're able to accomplish that goal at least.
Absolutely. Our high school students are amazing. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years, so we've literally seen our students coming at the middle school level, even graduate high school and even college. For example, there was a student by the name of Summer Shack. I know anyone who knows me, they know that she is my #1 gal, because we met when she was a 6th grader at Dalewood Middle School, and of course she came from a background that was less than stellar, and was looking for an opportunity to connect. So she found Moves and Grooves. She literally became our rising star and just recently graduated from Belmont University in a full ride scholarship there, and is doing extraordinary things in arts and education, and we're so proud of her and to be a part of that legacy.
Oh, wow. So you've got to have her come back and talk to those young babies that you still have that are in 6th grade now.
Yes, she does.
So she can share her story. Excellent. Any final thoughts? We've got just a couple minutes now, but any final thoughts that you want to share about, the importance of this community focusing on this program, or the needs that you may have in order to continue to do what you do?
Yes. I was just reading an article that 17% of students in Tennessee, grades K through 12, are responsible for taking care of themselves after school. And 31% of those students would participate in after-school care if there were one available in their area. That goes to show that there is a great need for after-school programming, a great need for quality arts programming, and that's the reason why Moves and Grooves and other programs exist. But we can't exist alone. We need the support from our communities, from our donors, from schools and corporate America that really see the need in our young people and are willing to invest in them. So I definitely challenge our listeners and viewers to delve a little deeper into after school, look at the needs of our kids, look at the statistics, and take action, get involved, volunteer, donate, just be a positive presence for our young people.
And how can people get in touch with you or get more information about Moves and Grooves? Give us sort of the website, contact information, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Well, Moves and Grooves is located in South Nashville. We are right inside the Mount Zion Antioch Plaza. Our website is www.movesandgrooves.org, and that's MOVES and AND Grooves, GROOVES.org. We also are on Facebook. We have a Twitter handle, an Instagram handle, so you can reach us on all those social media
places. And I'm sure what you'll get is a parent saying, "Bring it to my school," right?
Absolutely.
So hopefully you have some of those lined up maybe next.
Yes, we do. We do. If you are interested in having Moves and Grooves at your school, consult your principal. We are more than happy to entertain a conversation to make that connection.
Excellent. Thank you so much for what you do. Emerald Mitchell, Executive Director of Moves and Grooves, Inc. Again, you've got that information, movesandgrooves.org.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the address there if you want some more information about the programs, the upcoming events, and those events at the beginning of 2018 as well. That will be available for you to attend. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, April. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure as well, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you again next time.